You know, you as a man on semen retention, bro, you might actually find your woman, but she might not be of your preference. You see what I'm saying? And with that being said, what will you do as a man on semen retention if you actually meet a woman who is not of your preference? What are you going to do? You see, you got men that say, oh, like, you know, I want the one, but what happens if the one is not what you think? What happens if the one is everything you need, but not everything that you desire? Preach. For those in the back. Anyways, but yeah. Right, what happens, guys, if the one, right, let's say you're you know, like me, you're black, right? Hispanic. Let's say you like Latinas or, you know, brown skin Puerto Ricans. And this ain't a race thing, but for example, what happens if she's white and she's the one? Or Egyptian. You know, one of those Middle Eastern countries. You know what I'm saying? What happens, y'all, if the one is not of your preference? People don't really, and this applies to women too. You know, believe it or not. Well, of course, but y'all get what I'm saying though. Y'all get what I mean. What happens if the one is not what you want, but what you need? And they don't look like what you would like, but actually over time, you will get to like them more because you get to know them more over a progressive period of time. You see what I'm saying, right? You'll get to know them more. Okay, this applies to men and women actually, who are bettering their life. Now, if you're not bettering your life, it applies to you, but you got to work on yourself first, because the one is at a level that you might not be at. That's how I see it, man. And as a man, you want to lead, right? You want to lead. Y'all ever thought about that, bro? What happens if the one, let's say you like dark skins, bro, you know, certain body type. What happens if she's, and I love my dark skins, but what happens if, you know, chocolate shorty, you know what I'm saying? What happens if she's nowhere to be found? You know what I'm saying? What happens if, you know what I mean? Like, bro, she's actually nowhere to be found. It is what it is, bro. And yes, you will have people looking at you when you date outside of your race. That's facts, bro. You know what I mean? But at the same time, who cares about what they think? Right? What happens if you can actually find your one, not from a dating app, not on social media, but in real life, and you can tell your kids later, you know, your son, your daughter, you know what I mean? Like, I saw your mom in the eyes and I just felt that she was the one, and I knew, or vice versa. You know that feeling, bro? That's nothing like